Stranger gone. Where do I start? I mean, we're talking 2 crazy productions in the middle of a pandemic. Just imagine all the things that can go wrong. Now duplicate it times 10. An adventure of 10 months, 8 locations, 6 crazy shooting days, 5 videographers, 3 editing months, 0 budget. All started in January when I asked Mariano Ruben Dario Gonzalez Oliveira, aka main videographer of this video, to help me develop a concept for, in my words back then, a very simple production for Gone. Little did I know. Not long after that, Rami Elal, aka post-production and special effects, joined the brainstorm, and the concept was discussed upon a few weeks in neighborhood bars and finally summed up between the 4 of us. Because Yanai Avnet, aka best player extraordinaire, was there when it happened, around February. March was the month of calamity, so let's not talk about it. April was the month of vocal recordings, so let's do talk about it, but not now. May was when the first lockdown finally ended and we found ourselves producing 6 shooting days in no time. Well, we actually produced and planned 5. More about that shortly. So what's a 5 shooting days production in under 2 weeks look like? First, Yoav Weinberg, aka the handsomest drummer in the band, and I went on a location hunt. It was the first time we inhaled the outside air after a long lockdown. Now that the video is out and you already know which locations we hunted, you can only imagine how perfect it was. Then Mariano and I did some further location hunting and listened to a lot of Ghost and sang out loud in the car. Then suddenly a wonderful magician appeared with an amazing drone, aka Oli Wasserstein. And for some reason I still can't fully understand, decided that he would like to spend his time climbing cliffs with us at 5 a.m. Twice. Sorry, thrice. Because of that thing I will tell you shortly. Then I got big cans from a nice person who donated them to us and painted them with the inaccurate colors that I asked Yoav, who is colorblind but I didn't think about it, to purchase. Then one day we woke up at 2 a.m. if you're me or 4 a.m. if you're a normal person and put Yadin Moyal, aka L'Oreal Paris representative, on a cliff for the first time. Then we put Yanai in the middle of the sea. Then we put a hat on Itai Portugalis, aka shot the keyboard solo in 4 different locations. Can you spot all of them? Head. Then on a different day, we woke up at 3 a.m. if you're me or 5 a.m. if you're a normal person and had Dana Ayalon, aka makeup artist, make me not look like I woke up at 3 a.m. Then Shani Gruman, aka videographer, sister and masseuse in one, took Lev Kirchner's, aka director for the day and person who tolerates me, phone with a camera. And Mariano took his real camera with a Diva stabilizer and we went to film the band scene under a bridge. Luckily for us, Rinat Gruman, aka I Have a Wonderful Family, was there with food and water and logistical and emotional support galore. Unluckily for us, the speaker died in the middle of the shooting. So Mariano went to get a new speaker while the rest of us used the time well and shot some promotional content that, as we found out way later, had no sound and couldn't be of any use. Then we all drove to the nearest bomb shelter and shot the crazy solo scenes. And we painted a wall that I had to repaint in white a few days later in many random colors. Then we found out that Yadin's epic cliff solo needs a reshoot. So, once Yadin figured out I'm not joking about that, we woke up again at 2 a.m. if you're me or 4 a.m. if you're a normal person, climbed the cliff and reshot it. Then we ate pancakes. Then again we woke up at 2 a.m. if you're me or 4 a.m. if you're a normal person and carried an entire drum set with the help of Libab, aka helped us tremendously, and Lev, aka completed a week's worth of workouts that morning, to a place far from the parking lot, while Mariano, Ori and I went dancing with Poseidon on a shore nearby. Then we came back to shoot Yoav and a bunch of random people who didn't make the final cut. Then on a different day we woke up at a normal people's hour, including me, and shot a bunch of reshooting. I also held a camera at some point. Then our editor, aka me, was busy with making 3 other videos, aka Nightwish medley with Hellscore and Scardust Stantibus 2 and Addicted, but then every day in the month of August and some in September got to edit Gone. Then Rami, remember Rami from the beginning of the saga? Made his final magic, finalizing the video with post-production and special effects. all whilst creating the video for Stranger. I wanted a smooth, slow, unrealistic kind of one-shot. One-shots need to be planned very, very carefully. So I worked maybe every day for a month planning the entire thing. I actually drew the entire location and I animated the whole thing. And you know, I planned when do we move, what does the camera do, what does the other crew members do meanwhile, and orchestrated the entire thing. Then they announced that there is going to be a lockdown in 3 days. So we had to basically throw everything away and come up with a new plan, mainly because the location wasn't available, the crew wasn't available. We couldn't find those 5 hours to meet in when everyone is available even. Everything had to be pushed in an impossible time frame. So we had to throw everything away along with my heart, and we had to come up with a plan B, which was basically in the same day I bought a green screen. I wanted to buy a green screen for a long time. This was just the perfect excuse to do that. So I called Rami and I said, oh my god, Rami, you have to save us. We have to come up with a new concept for a video, blah, 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 blah. Noah, calm down. What do you need? Okay, this is doable. Gun is almost done, so this is doable. When do you need it? In 3 weeks. So we came up with this idea of having the band turn endlessly in circles inside a fantasy-like space with both concrete and paint. So it's the other side of Gone. So okay, this is easy. Yeah, right? This is easy. We should just take platforms and apply wheels onto them, and then we can turn the platforms while we sing or play, right? It's easy. So Lev rose to the challenge and he applied the wheels while I did a whole score rehearsal or something like that. 2 really amazing people showed up to save us completely from demise. Einav and Itai, both from Hellscore, and Einav was actually producing this video with me. So I have no idea what I would have done without you, Einav. Thank you so much. And Itai, who just, what do you need? Anything, just tell me what to do. And then he brought cookies on set. We divided the shooting into 2 days because, as I said, we couldn't find any time that all of us could meet in those 3 days before the lockdown. So one day was Itai and Yadin. Mariano shot the video, and we made turns between Einav, Itai, and myself to turn the platforms while they were playing. It was absolutely crazy and funny as hell. The second day was for Yoav, Yanai, and myself, and on this day I couldn't help with turning the platforms because I had to perform myself. So we had Dana doing the makeup. She always does my makeup, she's amazing. So Einav and Itai and Lev made turns. Turns on who is turning the platforms. I can't even describe how crazy was this production. Somehow we managed to finish. All these people were so motivated to help and they gave their hearts and souls, and then I rushed this cut-to-cut editing. It was rather easy because we had just one location, one type of, sort of thing, turning people. And then Rami took it from there. So this awesome designer that worked with Rami and Rami did this whole entire post-production craziness. Now, if you haven't seen Stranger and Gone yet, no offense, but that's a bit weird, man. Or am I the weird one who made a documentary for people who haven't watched the actual video yet? Anyway, go watch them. If you like that kind of content, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And you may want to check out my Patreon page because there is plenty more in there. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time!